Just arrived at your downtown hotel in Baltimore and don't understand why the ice machine isn't working? Well,
Is there a way to turn it on? Oh, there is. There is actually a switch. I don't know if you can see it from here. Let's turn it on. And then I'll go get ice later. All right, so
I actually discovered this on my own, but according to the lady down at the bar and grill where I got ice while it was making ice, she said this is a super common problem.
okay, so we are at the Residence Inn in Baltimore, and this is at 17 Light Street. It is our downtown Inner Harbor location, and yeah, we just got here off the train. That footage for the train from DC to Baltimore will be in another video, and it'll be linked at the end. So this is a one-bedroom suite, and we're at the entrance. As you can see, there's a huge screen that actually, startlingly enough, is the perfect place to watch from. They actually positioned it correctly from a nice large couch. So, and the hotel art is like, oh, yeah, I think it's kind of just generic hotel art, but that's okay. And then you've got the couch, you've got a table I will probably use later for editing. And let's see what kind of view we have. We have a view of traffic. Wow. Okay. Well, actually, it's not too bad traffic, but oh, it's because there's a bunch of mirrored stuff. It's actually a nice view, and we really are right down in downtown. But the traffic was heavier early, and I'm really so glad we did not drive, especially since the parking rates are kind of astronomical.
Yep, $45 a night to park, and plus driving in the city is just a nightmare.
But anyway, on the table with the chair, they have two outlets and some USB ports, adequate lighting. Oh, there is a small table in front of the couch. And over here, where the landline is, and yes, that is like all the luggage for three people. We travel light. It's the religion of one bag. So again, we have two outlets and some USB sockets. And then across from there, there is a table with two chairs. So with the one over by the table, we have three, which is probably fine. This is for the Urban Roost, which is in-house. So actually, I'm probably going there after this, and then more sockets. Oh, this is where our phone used to be. All right, and next to that, you have, well, this is actually kind of an adequate, very adequate kitchen. So we've got a freezer. Is this on? Is it cold? Interesting setup. Oh, they must have just cleaned it. Nice. Is there a way to turn it on? Oh, there is. There is actually a switch. I don't know if you can see it from here. Let's turn it on. And then I'll go get a cold freezer. And a nice new fridge. I don't have anything to put in it because we just got here on the train. Microwave, let's see. You probably see a sneaky peeky of me. Yep, that's me. You'll see more of me later, probably when I explore the bathroom. And the microwave is also spotlessly clean. You have a 2-burner cooking unit and a toaster and something to plug it in. And coffee service. Oh, clever. The little teeny tiny salt and pepper shakers. Oh, and they actually have an option for food and grocery delivery options. Interesting. I'll try and capture a picture of this later. And paper towels with bunny ears. Okay, you've got your standard. Yes, that is for the dishwasher, which is here. That is tiny. But you know what? You really don't need anything too high speed because this room is set up for like 3 people, maybe 4 max. So you really don't need much more than that. And it is clean as a whistle. Well, probably cleaner than most whistles. I work with children and I see how they use them. And we've got a coffee pot, I think, with no. Oh, okay. So apparently you put the cups in there and then make it.
I remember looking at this machine when we got in the evening and thinking, how do you even operate this? And I'm glad it wasn't in the morning and I needed to make coffee right away. So, remember when I was talking about the cartridges? Yeah, so you open up this cartridge, well, this package, and inside you will see a cartridge that with something that looks like a tea bag in it, but it's basically coffee. So as you open it up, you'll see this tea bag looking thing. And you just open the package, remove it, slide it into the tray. Look, well, you slide the tray into, well, the tray holder, I guess, all the way in. And then what you need to do is you need to take a mug or a paper cup and fill this water reservoir. And then put the cup underneath, and voila, hit the button, and you'll have coffee.
Here. And some towels, non-functional drawer front, more towels, and dish detergent. And of course, because this, yeah, there's more dish detergent. And because this is America, of course, we have an incinerator disposal. Very American. We have cutlery, another non-functional one. Cooking utensils that look extremely lightly used, or maybe just replaced. More random stuff. Do they have? They have this. Yeah. Okay. So it's a combination wine bottle and bottle opener, and pot holders. Okay. What else? We have actual cookware, as opposed to non-actual cookware. We even have a colander. And just in case you decide to do some baking, or actually, it's probably more like making rice-a-roni or something. What else? We got the whole kit. We even have storage containers for leftovers, cups. Oh, they are wine glasses, regular glasses, plates. Oh, that looks dangerous, but I guess if you rolled in here very, very late and didn't want to check for knives, you might want to have them somewhere where 2-year-olds could not get them. All right, so small and large plates and bowls. And that is pretty much that. Was there anything up here? I don't think so, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, lots of times. Nope. So there's plenty of space if you want to like hide your bags of chips and other plebeian foods. All right, so now we've explored the kitchen and the sitting area. Let's go into the bedroom. And what have we got here? All right, so we have this looks like a king. All right, and you have another. Why is the light not coming up? Well, it is. There's just not a whole lot of light. Let's shed some light on this subject. All right, so it looks like a king. And how clean are the drawers? Pretty clean. Yep. Totally acceptable. Very clean. And a little more light. Everything's quite clean. Do they have you? They do. Okay, so they have an alarm clock, and it also has USB ports in it, so you can charge devices or plug in a sound machine or whatever. And it's pretty much just, the windows are kind of dirty, but you know what? If that's the worst complaint, I have no complaints. Nice view, and then we also have room darkening curtains. So let's pull those now. Actually, getting late. So yeah, king bedroom is actually pretty spacious. I'm standing in the entrance right now, as you can see. It's nice and roomy. And through here is a full bathroom. All right, so here we are looking into the bathroom area, and it's nice because it's kind of sectioned off. So in the first segment, you've got, before you get to the door, you have your hand washing basin, all that kind of stuff, brush your teeth. And across from that, you've got full-length mirrors where the closet is. So if you're not like me and you iron on vacation, yep, there's your iron. And there's the linens for the pull-out couch, which as soon as I get done here, I'm going to make up that bed for one of my kids. And across from that, yes, that's me. Little sneaky peeky. Hi, I've been on the train all day, and then I worked a 9-hour shift before that, so that's why I look like a hot mess. Sorry. And they have an ironing board for people who like to iron on vacation. I do not, but we are here for a convention, so people do sometimes need to refresh their costumes and such. So you've got the basin, some towels, definitely enough room for toothbrushes, and 2 shelves for, I guess if you're, well, As you can see here, I am obviously not the sort of person that spends 2 hours on hair and makeup. That's pretty apparent to anybody who knows me. But if you do travel with a full kit, like makeup, hair stuff, you have adequate space. And if that's not enough, ooh, they actually have pretty clean drawers. Oh, hair dryer. Oh, it's a nice one too. Okay. Yeah, no complaints about that. So the hair dryer's there. All the drawers are clean. Anything under here? Some extra toilet paper. It's a 3-night stay, and you arrive, and then they send housekeeping for something called a refresh. They go in and take out your garbage and have a look around and see if you need some new towels or whatever. But it's not housekeeping every day. It's not that kind of place. Now, where's more light? Now we have the business end, yes, bad pun, of the actual bathroom. So if you want to come in here and do your business, you don't have to wake up everybody in the suite. Just kind of sneak in here. So everything looks very, very clean. Plenty of towels. And I think it's one of the, oh yeah, it does. It does have a liner. I was like, is it one of the ones that doesn't have a liner? But no, it's a nice quality. It's got the curving outward shower rod. And then it's got something called North 39. And you've got shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. And it says it's eucalyptus and lavender. So they chose something relatively, you know, not too feminine forward, not too masculine forward. It's kind of neutral. And let's see. Water pressure is good. And you have a mobility grab bar. And is there anything behind here? No, just a door stopper. Oh, they do have a hook for a robe or whatever. And there is guest laundry in the hotel, and we will check that out later. But apart from the dirt I tracked in, sorry, and the bath mat on the floor, whoops, everything looks quite clean. And that's about it. That's the suite. Everything looks nice. They're encouraging you to reuse your towels. Okay, pretty standard. And that's about it for the 1-bedroom suite. So I'm going to go see my sister and then come back here and make up this bad boy. Yep, it's a pullout. And it's a good size one, too. All right. And that's about it. I hope you liked this video. If you want, click like and subscribe. Again, this is the Residence Inn, downtown Inner Harbor, and this is the 1-bedroom suite. Residence Inn has guest laundry, but before you start to use it, you will probably need to download an app called Shine Pay, ShinePay, because it uses this Shine Pay app to basically start the laundry machines. It's quite reasonable. It's $4 a load, washers and dryers, and as you can see, there's plenty of machines. There's a little bit of a learning curve, but I did figure it out. I would say it probably took me about 20 minutes to figure out everything with the app. It wasn't helped by the fact that Wi-Fi went down in the middle of the process, but I did figure it out. These old times for the cycle are not really the case. It just depends on what cycle you choose. But the wash was usually about 30 minutes, and $4 on the dryer got you 90 minutes of dry time. So not bad. And there was a place to fold laundry too. Okay, the Residence Breakfast Buffet is open Monday through Friday from 6:30 to 9:30, but on the weekends it opens from 7 to 10. So I was actually there first thing to get some coffee, and they have 2 carafes of the regular, 1 of decaf, and 1 of hot water. The coffee was actually excellent. I was quite pleased with that. They have your regular assortment of sweeteners and creamers and everything. They did have something interesting that you don't see in a lot of hotels. They had not only the half and half in the carafe, but they also had oat milk, which was really nice. And then going over to the main breakfast buffet, they had turkey sausage, which was really, really good. And then they also had pork sausage, which is also good. And then after that, they had scrambled eggs. And sometimes scrambled eggs are like kind of like hit or miss. Sometimes they're like clearly cooked from powder. But these were really good. Then they had your juice machine. I think it was orange, apple, cranberry, and water. I did not have any, so I can't say the weather was good or bad.
Then they had a selection of English muffin, wheat bread, white bread. I think this was plain bagels, and I can't remember if it was pumpernickel or some sort of like cinnamon raisin. But they also had mini muffin. I think it was chocolate chip, blueberry, and lemon poppy seed. I didn't have any of those, but they looked good. Then they have your plastic cutlery, plates, and a few signs, cluing you in that you have toppings coming up to put on your oatmeal. And they also had some nice bananas and some apples. They were not huge apples, they were like the snack sized ones. And then after that, they had two waffle machines, which was nice. So if you have a whole crowd there, it doesn't get too backed up. So two of them. And this was also where they had their individual cups of syrup. And to the right of that, they had a large container of oatmeal. One of my kids had that, said it was really good. And as you turn around after you're done with this part of the station, yep, that's the oatmeal. Then you will see behind you, well, we'll get to it eventually, I guess. And then there's the toaster. So there's the toaster to toast your stuff. And then as far as their cold cereal, they had Raisin Bran, Cheerios, and I think that was cornflakes. Yes, it was cornflakes. And then to the right of that is all the toppings for the oatmeal. They also had salt, pepper, hot sauce, peanut butter. To the right of all of these oatmeal chocolate chips, forgot about that. To the right of all this, there was some packets of strawberry jam and peanut butter, and I think they also had cream cheese at that station as well as butter. And then to the right of that, they had some hard-boiled eggs, three different kinds of milk. I think it was whole milk, skim milk, and chocolate milk. And then there was another, I think that's oat milk again. And then there was some yogurt in a fridge. And I was quite pleased with my breakfast. I had this and a waffle, which was quite tasty. And through the magic of editing, it's next morning, and we're going to go look at the exercise room. It's actually quite spacious and has some unique features. Okay, Residence Inn Fitness Room is open 24 hours a day. As you walk in, you'll look to your left, and there's the trash, the place you put dirty towels and the trash, and, well, not my e reader, that's not included. You got a big old screen and some rolled up towels. And across from that, you're going to see a rack of dumbbells. You'll also see a sneaky peek of me in the mirror. So let's just get over my self consciousness. Yes, this is me. It's first thing in the morning, so I do not look perfect. But those who know me know I never look perfect, and that's okay. And then around the corner from there, the dumbbells there's a water station, okay? So you get yourself something to drink. You are not allowed by the fire law to cram more than 20 individuals in here. And at first I thought this was ducks, but I don't think it is. I think it's abstract art. And then there is some sort of cycling machine. Okay, and then of course you've got all the treadmills. How many? 4, I guess. So you got 4 treadmills. There's actually an interesting view out the window, but we'll get to that in a minute. And then you've got your ellipticals, and there are 3 of those. And along with that, you've got the weight bench. That's pretty straightforward, which is, that's convenient to put it near the dumbbells. Makes sense. But anyway, with the ellipticals, if you walk towards here, you'll see the same exact view you can see from the laundromat. So obviously this is a very old building. I think they're renovating the apartments or condos above the package store and the restaurant. At night you can see light through the windows. And these cute little pigeons. Aww, it's the Goodfellows. Anyway. But here we go with the ellipticals, and right next to it is the rules, basically saying, don't be stupid, don't get hurt. And over here in the corner is the last thing before the exit. And it's, I had to look it up. That's me again. Again, not looking perfect. Apparently it is called something like a plyometric or a jump box. So I guess if you're young and fit, something that I am not, you, on these mats here, you can jump up and off the box. I'm not gonna try that today or any day. I would probably break a hip. But anyway, that's the fitness room, and it's on the lobby floor. This is what plyometrics training looks like, and that's why I won't be doing it. And then it was time to hit the breakfast buffet. My kid had good luck with the oatmeal bowl, so I decided to try that. I ended up with coconut, almonds, pepitas, walnuts, and dried cranberries, and it was really tasty. Quite pleased with that. So that was our stay at the Residence Inn in the Inner Harbor downtown of Baltimore. We came in with minimal luggage and left with only one bag more and had a great time. And here's some bonus footage of what those condos, apartments, I don't know what it is, look like at night. So as you can see, I didn't actually see any people moving around the second night. The first night we were there, we could actually see them in the lit up windows. You can see people moving around. So I don't know if anybody's living up there or if they're just renovating or working or what. Maybe it's some sort of criminal enterprise. I don't know. But it was just really kind of very pretty. It was almost like it's almost like the theming that Disney World does to make it look like you're in older times. But I was just kind of like captivated by the whole effect. It's really pretty. I tried not to capture too much of the van of the people hauling away the old dirty laundry and bringing in the fresh stuff, but that's what that white blob is in the right hand corner, just in case you're wondering. But I do recommend this hotel. We had a great time. Everything was clean and everybody was nice.